He's Nick, I'm Matt, and we're insufficient.
Not anymore, buddy.
That's loud.
It's too loud.
A little too loud.
Turning it down.
All right, good. Good boy.
Okay, I'm looking at those waves. Those waves are getting smaller.
A little smaller.
That's perfect right there.
All right.
Listen. You're getting transported into the insufficient land.
That's crazy.
I know.
That
took me like 8 hours.
That sounds nuts.
Yeah.
Those waves are perfect, bro. You should have just gotten a goddamn boom. Like, they're so much easier. You don't have to hold it, so you don't hear people fiddling around. I know you like to hold it.
I do. I like to hold it.
Then do this.
I like to pretend I'm the next host of The Price is Right. Okay, come on down.
Alex Trebek.
Speaking of which, it's Big Money Friday, buddy. Okay. Now, listen, we got a real packed show. We got to just dive right into it. But before we get too deep, you have to let what I'm about to talk about reach the inside of your mind before you start saying no. Mind. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, and so when I say Phish creates NFTs of their songs, I don't mean like the album version or like the master version, right? So nobody is buying the original You Enjoy Myself, okay?
Okay.
But you could, if you won this lottery that I'm about to explain, end up owning You Enjoy Myself from December 4th, 1995 out of San Diego.
Okay.
Right? So here's how it works, right? Everybody eventually sells their whole catalog, and Phish will do it.
I don't know if they will.
Dude, name somebody that hasn't, and why would they take it to the grave?
I don't know. Bruce Springsteen?
Bruce Springsteen sold his for like a boatload of money.
Did he?
Dude, oh my God.
The Police?
The Police have definitely sold it. I mean, dude, P. Diddy owned some of his music for a long time. As a matter of fact, it's really funny.
No, he didn't. And not only that, but he didn't. And not only that, but every time he plays it, he has to fucking pay him now.
Which is great. Up. I love Sting.
Well, he's not paying anybody. Diddy's going to jail for a long time. Diddy the Diddler is going to jail for a real long time.
Yeah, no, you don't want that. By the way, before we get too deep in this, I had a dream last night where you and I were at a Phish show.
Yeah.
Dave Matthews came out for the encore. And then right after, like, we were kind of in the backstage area, and like Dave Matthews comes back, looks at Trey, and is like, "Hey, I got this house." And the two of them just gone. Didn't say hi to us or anything. They just bounced. I was so bummed.
They fucking snubbed us?
Dude, I was like, I'm finally going to get to meet Trey.
What the fuck?
Only member of the band I've never met in person.
So when they walked away, did fucking they grab each other's hands and walk away?
They might have been holding hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, by the way, it's so funny. You said that, and then something put it in my feed. The two of them sitting in South Africa, which is apparently where Dave Matthews is from.
Yes, he is.
And by the way, I have no problem like talking about Dave Matthews right now, because at one of his concerts, he held up a sign that said, "Stop killing children." And I don't care who you are. That just makes sense to me. So he's going to be on my good list for at least a short period of time until he starts dancing.
Until he starts playing with Twiddle, then we're done.
I don't think anybody's playing with Twiddle.
They're going to break up soon. We've talked about this.
Dude, Twiddle has been broken up. You talking about Goose?
Oh, Goose.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Sorry. We saw that clip where the guy is asked. We should get Ryan back so we could actually have him on the show.
I know. We got to get Ryan back. I feel like a dick.
Dude, he was such a nice guy.
Great.
A lot of fun.
He was awesome.
Interesting. Good guy.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we go. Here's the rough math, okay? Like, let's say that Phish can we agree, played about 2,000 shows in their whole career?
2,300 probably.
Okay, I'll use your numbers. So 2,300 shows. And each show probably has 18 to 20 songs per show on average. It's probably higher, but let's call it 19.
Okay. That sounds good. Yeah, it's a good number.
So over the course of their career, they've played 43,000 unique songs, because every song's a little different, right? For the most part.
That sounds about right.
That's fucking impressive. by the way.
That sounds about right.
Okay, so now...
Because they've all been tweaked.
Right, they've all been tweaked. Every time they play it, it's a little different, even if it's a small difference. Mike sings more nasally. Trey sings more deep voice. Who knows what they're doing?
Who knows?
I miss when Mike used to like yodel. Remember that?
Yeah, he doesn't do that anymore.
Yodel and Mike?
He doesn't step out of the freezer and fucking do what he needs to do.
I think I know why. He stopped that kind of weird singing when he had to start standing on that mat for the vocal mic to work. And so I think when he steps up onto his mat, he can't get that weird thing that made him...
I don't know, man. I think he feels like he's done it all and he's not into it. I don't know if it's a technical thing.
Mike's kind of done it all.
He kind of has.
Yeah,
all right, so 43,000
So 43,000 different songs. Now, here's how it works, right? Let's say most likely we got to get to $400 million in order for them to sell it. Everybody gets $100 million because it's live performance, right?
Yep.
So for $1,000, right, for the right to spend $1,000, you enter a lottery. It's not guaranteed.
Okay.
And then at that point, you get a lottery ticket, and that's only 43. So it would have to be a little higher. But anyway, so you enter the lottery, and then if you get chosen, you have to give Phish, let's just say $3,000 or $4,000. However, you win a Phish song that they've played live, and it's yours.
Okay,
you have it, right? And so then,
they sell it back to the fans.
They sell it back to the fans.
But then,
and of course, the secondary market for some of these would be really interesting to see. Like if you had, the hot dog song from New Year's 94, 95, right? Yep. Imagine you spent, let's just say $5,000 for that. What could you resell that for? Somebody's going to pay you way more because it means so much to them.
That's so tricky because every time somebody plays it, they have to pay you the fucking rights.
Yeah, but it's like really low money. And then on top of that,
but think about it, keeping track of that.
It all automatically is kept track of, right? Okay. First of all, there's like NASDAQ and ASCAP and all that stuff, so they know when the song's been played. ASCAP. Am I saying that right? That tells you when your song has been played. And so then, on top of that, every time the song is resold, Phish will take a percentage of that resale. Whether it's 5 or 10%, 2%, who cares? They still get this residual income from that song. So now their fans own their music, and there's this entire community built on...
That's not a bad idea. Where'd you come up with that idea?
Dude, I came up with it when you came up with the fucking Fishman, non-fungible Fishman.
I know. Non-fungible fish coins. All right, this is a good one.
That would be really cool. And it's a way for them to reap what they've sowed, which is 43,000 amazing song experiences. And then for people like you and me, hopefully we would end up with 1 or 2 songs between the two of us. Yep. And the kind of fun you could have with that over time. It's just cool.
I like it. That's good, man. That's some good scrimshaw.
All right, so Trey, call me.
Do we call me? Let's figure this out. I need to make money.
Doesn't have to be music. Trey. It could be I don't make any money on it.
You would if you bought some of his fucking.
Well, there's a possibility.
And
but dude, somebody's going to get catapulted.
You would charge some sort of finder's fee for coming up with this idea.
No. I just want to interview the band. That's my finder's fee. Our text number is 802-276-1986. Because 1986 is really the year that Phish was formed.
That's what
technically 1985, but whatever.
That's when I was born.
Oh yeah, that's why we chose it.
That's when I was born. Yep, 86, motherfucker. It's a nice number.
Matt, what's the last 4 of those socials?
All right, shut up. Hey, listen. What if again? We like to call what is it? We're not calling it side hustle, right? We're calling it. What would you rename this?
Today you've got Phish fan fiction.
Phish fan fiction. So basically, yeah, if they had a side job, or if this was their job going forward,
No. I thought when you described it, I thought you were telling me that there's people out there writing stories about Phish, but instead of Paige McConnell being the piano player for the band.
That's right.
Actually this other thing. Yeah.
Right. So that there's a bunch of people writing Phish fiction.
Phish fan fiction.
And apparently they've got one for every single member, right? So this is what they live. We'll call it Bizarro Phish land.
Okay, I like it.
Phish was living in the bizarro world. Trey Anastasio, guitar Jedi, life guru, overly chill DMV employee. Side job, DMV Zen master. Trey would work at the DMV, but somehow turn into a wellness retreat. He'd greet you with take a number and breathe. People would come in for licenses renewals and leave with an emotional breakthrough. Occasionally gives impromptu lectures on the healing properties of Lydian mode.
Jesus.
Yeah, that sounds like an awful fucking day.
However, I'm not reading that. I would watch it.
Yeah, it would be better than going to the RMV. I'd take Trey's RMV any day. Paige McConnell would be a smooth jazz cult leader. Side job, founder of the Church of Eternal Vibe. Paige would run a secret cult disguised as jazz and espresso co-op. Robes required, but tasteful ones, of course.
Open robes required.
Yeah, you got to see your dink. He doesn't say much. When he does, it's usually let's take it from the top, but slower. Every sermon ends with a 12-minute Moog solo and a light show.
I think it's pronounced Moog. And
no, it is a Moog.
It's a Moog?
Yeah.
I've always wondered that.
Yeah, it's
but
not
second
Moog.
of all, I thought we read one where Paige was the evil piano player in a haunted roller rink. Or did I make that up?
No, that was there, but I chose something else.
Oh, okay.
Somebody else wrote something better. Mike Gordon, guy who definitely has a secret lair. Side job, night shift manager at Area 51 gift shop.
Oh my God.
Mike
this
would
is
run
right up his alley.
I know. Mike would run a UFO roadside attraction in Nevada, claim to be part alien, and offer psychic base readings. He speaks in riddles and drinks beet juice. And insights, he would wear mirrored sunglasses before discussing anything. He pays employees in unmarked vinyl.
What? That's wild.
Yeah, I think that's good. That's right up his alley. What are you doing? Why are you mouthing words?
Yeah, I'm not. I was on mute because yelling at my kid.
Okay.
World's greatest dad.
Looks weird. John Fishman, chaos wizard, local weirdo with a cult following. Side job, freelance mayonnaise consultant, town council clown. Fishman would somehow hold 6 part-time jobs, none of which he was hired for. Jesus. 1 minute he's referring a children's soccer refereeing a children's soccer game and a moo. The next he's teaching adults how to yodel in vacuums for therapeutic release. Nobody questions it because deep down they know he's right.
Let me tell you something.
I think
Fishman
that's
not
fucking perfect, dude.
No, dude, you just love Fishman. That does not sound like a glowing review of John Fishman's abilities. Personally.
You don't think so?
No. He would only need one job.
Okay, so we could do a different job for him. John Fishman, regional time traveler, mayor of the town that doesn't exist.
Okay, that sounds more like John Fishman.
Side job, temporal consultant, lead musician at a Renaissance fair that never ends.
Oh my God.
Fishman is stuck in a time loop where he runs for office. Loses starts
this is a little too close to home.
Food truck called Moo Moo Munchies. Then restarts the campaign. On weekends, he hosts drum circle on mountaintops wearing ancient ruins and a vacuum cleaner. His business card is just a scratch and a sniff sticker that smells like patchouli and maple syrup.
Ew. That's disgusting.
That's good. So that's Bizarro Phish for this day in Insufficient Land.
Fish fan fiction.
Fish fan fishing. I like that.
Everybody who sent those in, next time,
do better.
Yeah, do better.
Do better.
I liked it though. I think Mike's was the one that was closest to where I see Mike. Paige, I don't see him as a cult leader. I do see him walking around in an open robe though.
Absolutely. He probably does that.
Have you ever seen the show Californication?
Maybe.
Okay. Imagine who's that guy from X-Files? What is that guy's name?
David Duchovny.
David Duchovny, yeah. Something David Duchovny-esque is just swap him out for Paige. Perfect. I'm there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. He really is a porn addict, by the way. That's not fake.
We can talk about this offline, but I'm willing to bet that most people
are.
Yeah. I mean, what are you going to do? Before we go, by the way, it's Friday. I know you guys want to get out of here, and we really wanted
we got another segment.
Our buddy, Eliza, but unfortunately we couldn't. So Matt and I are going to play a tweaked out version of one of our classic old games called Real Show, Fake Show, except for this time it's Real Set, Fake Set because the show's too long. So,
all right, let's do it.
Okay. Matt will be guessing whether this is a real set or if it's a fake set. First song, right out the box, 2001. Okay, you're nodding, makes me think you're ready to go. Second song, David Bowie.
Okay.
Third song, Life Buoy.
Life Beyond a Dream?
No, Life Boy.
Oh, Life Boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Standing at the Life Boy.
I love that song.
Trying to read this. Next song, Sparkle.
Okay.
Chasing It. Followed by a very passionate You Enjoy Myself.
Okay.
Okay. What's your
come on, finish it up.
Purple Rain?
Yep.
Okay. Do I have to say HYHU or is that implied? With
Hold
Purple Rain.
Okay, yep, that's fine.
Okay. Harry Hood.
Yep.
Closer, Susie G.
It's real.
How come?
Because that's totally a real fucking set.
Yeah, and we talked about it.
It's probably from what, 93?
95.
95? Okay.
Lincoln, Nebraska, 10/21. Great show. Anything from the 95 fall tour, check it out. First set was Tweezer Reprise Opener, which is when Matt and I talked about the show. Chalk Does Torture, Gula P, a song you rarely hear anymore. Reba Wilson, Cars, Trucks, and Buses, followed by Kung, which is a song I would just get rid of. Lizards, High Five, Strange Design, classic 95 tune. Acoustic Army, in case you guys are noobs, that's when everybody in the band would come over to Paige's side of the stage and they would all play an acoustic guitar. It was kind of cool. Good Times, Bad Times, set one finishes, Tweezer Reprise.
I got one for you.
Okay. Are you? It's a real show, real set, fake set?
Yep.
Okay, I'm ready. Show you guys how we do this.
Rock and roll.
This is from Providence, Rhode Island. Keep going.
2001.
Okay.
Tweezer.
Yeah.
Cities.
Okay.
The Wedge.
Bobbing on the Surface. What key was it in?
25.
Okay. Excellent.
Waiting in the Velvet Sea.
Classic song. Love it.
Ending with a character 0.
This is a fake fucking set, bro.
It isn't.
It's not? Bullshit.
7/12/2013, Nikon at Jones Beach Theater.
Jones Beach should not count.
Second set, bro. That was real. I knew 2013 would fuck you up.
Well, I'm not a 2013 guy.
I know.
I did try to go to the Boardwalk a couple years before. Give me the first set just so that I can have closure, and then we'll call it a week. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening, by the way.
Okay. Fuck, where is that? Chalk Does Torture, Cars, Trucks, and Buses, Ocelot, My Sweet One, A Song I Heard the Ocean Sing, Water in the Sky, The Sloth, Beauty of a Broken Heart, Sugar Shack, 46 Days, Backwards Down the Number Line, Reba, and David Bowie. Welcome to 2013, where they shove shit in.
They packed in that first set.
That's what she said.
He's Matt, I'm Nick. We are insufficient.
The new mic's good. I like it. We'll see how it comes out on the other end, though.
That's what she said. I can't stop it in the middle of the oboe.
What? That's ridiculous.
You want to stop in the middle of the oboe? It would be so unsatisfying.
It's good, though. It's good.
So is that a French horn or is that a clarinet?
That's a trumpet.
A trumpet? Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I know.
I saw a great video that talks about Walt Disney and why there's no clarinets in any of their music.
Why?
Because the clarinet guy had a thing for Walt's wife, and Walt was
Lily
pissed.
Bell?
And so, like, when you go on certain rides, you'll notice you never hear a clarinet. And then on the Haunted Mansion, there's multiple references to this dude being dead.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, respect, right?
Walt's a fucking badass motherfucker, dude. Burying people at the fucking mansion.